Hello viewers, welcome to Color TV Street One on One with your girl Queen Esther. And today on this segment we have a very wonderful important topic to be deliberated upon here today. And I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have distinguished important personalities that are going to be interacting with me here today. I'm going to be introducing them one after the other. Sit back, relax and enjoy yourself. Okay, like I said earlier, we have wonderful, handsome young men that are going to be trashing out this issue here today, and they are all seated like kings, yes, by my side. And I'm going to be asking them questions one after the other. But before I do that, let me introduce them. For my right, we have Mr. Marvelous. He's looking so good and wonderful this afternoon. And then the next person is Mr. Randy. Looking good as well. Thank you so much for coming. And here I have Hanson Chris. You're looking good. Thank you so much. So a lot has been going on in the society for the past few weeks since the emergence of 2022. Lots of ritual killings and social menace has been happening in the society here today. So I want to know, who is to be blamed for these ritual killings? Is it the parental upbringings? Is it the girl child that are the victims of these ritual killings? And is it the government? Who is to be blamed here? Mr. Marvelous, I would like to hear from you.
Okay. You see, the truth is that man by nature is a greedy being. It's a greedy nature. Yes. You know, if you say, or if you ask me, in my own opinion, people actually don't want to work. I won't blame it to parental upbringing. Reasons being that you have even pastors, clergy children coming out from a very well background.
Yeah, that also involved.
That are also involved in these things. You get. So in a situation like that, what you say, you get. So, and we won't also blame it on the government, because the government will not send you to go and do rituals. Do you understand? You will actually blame it on the individuals.
See the victims.
No, the people carrying out the rituals. You won't also blame the young girls. At some point, I do blame them, because, there's a popular song that says, you want to chill with the big boys, you want to bam bam,
Yeah, it's a popular song.
So everybody wants to bam bam, everybody wants to chill with the big boys, So when you can actually narrow this thing down to greed. That's what I feel. Because a young girl, most of them don't even know what these young boys are involved in. In a society like Nigeria, you have a boy of 22 years, you have a boy of 20 years, most times under age 18, riding on some exotic cars. And this young boy is approaching you and you're not saying anything, like you're carefree, you don't want to know where the money from. Yeah. You understand? So you're on like, she the rubber, maybe chop am. You understand? Yeah. So, and these boys are saying, okay, she won't chop the money. Okay, make her use her do the money. You understand? For some other person to eat. So I think I will just channel it to the greed of our young girls. That's what is getting them involved in all this.
Okay, that's to say you're blaming the girls. Actually, yes, the girls are to be blamed. Wow, very nice. So what do you think would trigger a person to use someone for rituals?
First, there is no justification for rituals or ritual killings. There is no justification whatsoever. I would like to blame it on laziness. Yes. Most of our young men don't want to work. Most of our young men don't want to get involved in anything that is productive. Everybody just wants to get it so quickly. The truth is that there is no shortcut to success. You need to follow the long ladder, bro. So once you say there is a shortcut somewhere, everybody wants to follow that shortcut. You know, E-Money just got 40 years. He celebrated his 40 years, um, his 40th birthday. And I saw a whole lot of things on the internet. And I'm like, whoa, 40 years and he has achieved this. Now you will see a young boy of 20 years want to achieve what a 40-year-old guy has achieved in 20 years. Not minding or not asking the E-Money, bro, when you been there 20 years, what do you achieve? Do you understand? You one day 20 years achieve what a 40-year-old guy don't achieve. You understand? So I would like to blame it on greed and laziness. Guys don't just want to work.
Thank you so much for your contribution. So I'm going to be asking Mr. Randy, who is to be blamed?
If I want to add to what our brother have said, I think it's very correct and it's very direct. On a personal opinion, I would say, let me just narrow it down to the fact that yes, the government is actually not doing enough. Why I'm saying the government is not doing enough is, I feel most of these youth that are going into this ritual killing is because most of them are actually graduates, and up till now, after leaving the schools, the struggles in school and going for service, and so coming back, the frustration of not getting a job, and a friend will just come, friend influence, like, man, you just here stressing yourself. Peer pressure, like, let's just try something. And someone like, if it's easy, let's go try it. And you see them going in for it. So to me, I just feel the government is actually not doing enough, in a sense that they are not creating jobs. There's no blueprint for the youth. The youth is totally neglected. Somebody coming into office, before coming into your office, you should be able to know that, oh, I'm having the youth at hand. This is what I'm going to do for the youth. I'm going to take the youth along. If somebody just come in, all you just need, all you just coming to do, it's probably make wealth for yourself, acquire wealth, and that's all.
We know that the government are not doing anything. It's very obvious, and I'm sure in years to come they will not still do anything. So is it still an excuse for them to misbehave or use people for rituals?
Yeah, most of these youth you're talking about are actually family men, and they have to cater for the family. It's not an excuse. I will not justify the fact that what they are doing is right. But for us to actually curtail this menace, the government has to do something towards it. Probably create jobs for these youths. The population is increasing by the day, and we cannot be using the old fashion of doing things to apply to now. It's 21st century. I think the government should also think of the next step to take.
That's nice. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Hansen, I want you to throw more light on what they've said. Is it the parents? Is it the society? Is it the girls themselves or the guys themselves?
Okay, first of all, I want to commend you because this is a very wonderful platform to actually, hear out our views and also talk to Nigerians. I must say that it's quite alarming that we all know that things are not going well in the country, and every day a lot of things are happening. I mean, if you check out the social media these days, you'll be surprised with what you see. So my colleagues have said a whole lot, and I'm saying they're very correct with what they just said. I'll still say the government. The government needs to improve in creating job opportunities, for the youths, because every day the numbers are increasing, just like my brother here said. So we need job opportunities. I mean, if one stays without a job, I mean, there are a lot of things that might tend to happen. I mean, a lot of people think differently, So as youths, I think that they should think in a different direction. So the government, in the other way around, has a key role to play in this aspect. So some of these things that are happening won't happen again. If you have a job, you'll be busy trying to work, think about your family, think about different other things other than going on frauding people and doing, what is it called, Yahoo and all of that in social media, frauding everybody. So if these young men are busy, so I don't think they will have that chance to sit in their rooms pressing laptops and looking for strategies and different ways of frauding people. So it's something we really need to look at. It's something we really need to look at. So
I would like to defy a bit. I would like to defy a bit. When I just listened when he was throwing tantrums at the government, and he's also repeating the same thing. So I like to defy a bit. Are you saying that the government should empower the youth so they don't go into money rituals? Now, Ogadi's government has been like this. Not be,
From time immemorial.
Yes. No, let's not make it look as if the government just spoil. You understand? This government don't spoil since. You get it? Now, sir, as it stands, people don't even go to write applications anymore. Are you aware?
No, people don't.
People go finish
school. But the fact is, there are no jobs. If you want to look at that aspect, where are the openings? Where are you writing the applications?
Even when they are openings, they tell you. They tell you now. Boys don't even write applications anymore. The money they would have used to pay transport to where they are going to learn one skill or the other, they will prefer to carry that money go plus up. And they tell you now. Do you understand? So now what would they say? Government. The government does spoil since. Why would they make them be like say government just spoil? Do you understand? So when we say government, we blame the government. Oga Aban.
So are we going to keep blaming the government even in years to come? Will we keep blaming the government for every little thing that happens? Can't we just take responsibility for our
Yes, then I made it tell you.
We've seen that they cannot do anything.
Why we keep on calling the government? We cannot do without them. Let me tell you that they have a part to play. The government, so they have a part to play.
They do, but when they are not playing their part.
Oga, do you know that are you aware
we cannot
that
even make them play their part for you can't force them.
Are you aware that the top men of these countries are not even now when they don't make them now government they try affiliate?
That's true.
Okay, let's look at some men when it comes to Dangote is a businessman.
Yeah.
He's a businessman. You have men like Adenuga. He's a businessman. You have most of these guys not be government. So why are we making it look as if without the government we are not there?
Another aspect of
the thing there is, there's what we call this power in empowerment.
Okay.
There's power in empowerment. There's how you empower someone. Let's take for instance, someone was home, like you were home doing nothing, and someone just come, what can you do? What kind of what can you do? What can you do for yourself?
For yourself, yes.
All right. I mean, a lot of people go into poultry now. A lot of people go into farming. Can you farm? Can you do fish farming? Can you do a lot of things? Yes, I can do poultry. Okay, so we decide to empower. Okay, let us empower you. All right, and finally we get to empower you. Now we have released you from some of those burdens you were carrying. Do you get? We have there's a point, because then we will release you. They will release you from some of those burdens, and you don't sit in the house thinking negative, because a lot of things comes to your mind when you are sitting one place, when you are in a particular place.
An idle man's the devil's work.
Thank you. So a lot of things happen.
I'm trying so hard to buy into your idea. Okay. See, I'd like to give you a little assignment. After the show, enter street, call 5 boys, ask them, if you're given 50 million naira now, what would you do with it?
I know so many people wants to buy cars and
people no go take. Now wow.
Okay, let me also throw more light on that.
We still have people that have focus, that know where they are going to in life.
Okay.
Sure. And why we actually blaming the government for this is another one here is for the fact that the government is not even making uh, any effort to make the place safe for people to actually excel. They are not giving the youth the opportunity to excel. Trust me, because you can't tell me that a man of 80 years is still running for the presidency and you are telling us that you have passed not too young to run bill.
So bad.
Understand? You are telling us you want the youth, and you are telling us that the form to run for the presidency is about 500 million. And you are telling us you have passed a bill for not too young to run bill. How is that possible?
Sir, see.
It's high time most of these persons retire to their home and allow the youth to take over. That's just the truth about it.
Now the
So
question.
if the youth take over, are you sure that is going to be change in society?
Certainly.
Oh God, how would you be saying this? Okay. I'm trying so hard to be calm in this show. I'm trying so hard.
You have to.
People have their personal opinion.
Yes, I'm trying to comport myself. I'm trying so hard to, because now, who are the people snatching ballot box?
Who are the people using the youth?
Who are the people?
That's a two different question. Who are the people snatching the ballot box, and who are the persons using this person to snatch the ballot
Who
box?
are allowing themselves to be used? That's what we are saying. Do you understand?
It all boils down to the government.
Oh God, you come meet me. Tell me say, election na tomorrow. I need like 3-4 boys. I'll pay like 2 million naira.
Do you know that if the government have actually done something and given the youth what to do, they won't have wanted to collect that offer?
Even those youths, give them what to do. Go back and check them. That thing don't die. I don't know if you understand me. Most of our youth are not visionary. Most of our youth are not seeing. They don't have long-term plans for their lives. They don't have long-term investment. If you tell a youth that I studied agri, yes, I studied agri. I'm an agriculturist by profession. If you tell someone to invest in palm production, I'm talking about palm production that can give you bastard money in less than 5 years. You become a billionaire. But now tell someone to bring 200,000 naira and invest for that 5 years. They won't agree. They won't agree. You give a youth, a young person, 200,000 naira. The first thing we're going to enter in mind about from where he go where. Do you understand? So most of our youths are not visionary. They don't have long-term plans for their life.
If I want to
seriously.
Not that we are actually blaming the whole thing on government. The youth have their part too. They have their own share of blame. Why I'm saying that is, even the present administration in Cross River State, I know that most of the youth are being given opportunity to serve in this government, and most of them are misusing the opportunity.
Even at the tertiary level.
And most time I ask myself, are the youths actually ready to take over government?
That's the question.
That's what I ask myself most times.
So even if we keep blaming the government, the youths are not any better.
Yes, I get the point from where you're coming from. Because even when we're playing student unionism, we take examples from when we have a student union president, that's SUG president back then in school, when we were in school. We know how they behave as if they were semi-gods.
Yes.
I'm trying to get a clue from where you're coming from.
Yes.
They behave as if they are semi-gods. And you ask yourself, if you've been given this small platform to lead a small republic of a university and you are behaving this way, what happens when you go to the higher level? What do you now do?
So do you know
that's when we start blaming the youth. But that does not mean that the government here does not have a part to play too in empowering the youth. I feel the youth are actually not ready to take over government. Why? Because we had examples of youth being in government, and when you want to go see them, they feel that you want to go collect them the position, or you want to go take over their positions, and they are not ready to help you to grow as a fellow youth. In a situation, I'm speaking out of experience, a situation where you take proposal to a fellow youth that you've been in street together, you've known what the street is talking about, and he's opportune to be in government today, and you go to say, bros, thank God for you, I'm happy for you, you are there today, at least you help the youth to actually reach to that same standard. And the same youth will tell you, man, there's nothing I can do, go and hustle your hustle. That's what we face today.
Now, I was on the internet early this morning and I saw I saw videos of they just concluded election in Ogoja, in Cross River State, and I saw young people running with ballot boxes. Now, I'm going to differ a bit. In as we've talked about the government, so we've talked about a whole lot of things.
The government,
And and the rest of the things, and the youth themselves. But I would like to also differ a bit. Our parents are also trying their best, but I can tell you that 60% of the parents are not trying. The family has a very vital role to play in the life of a child.
If not mistaken, 70 or 80.
A very vital role. Now, do you notice that the family concentrates more on the female child or on the girl child than the boy child? Than the boy child. Forgetting that the responsibility of most of the factions of life rest on the shoulder of the guy, of the male child. Who are the rapists? Male children.
The robbers.
Who are the armed robbers? Male children.
But don't also forget that female also rob.
Yes,
we
they do,
understand
sir.
that.
Female children won't naturally want to stand up to rob. If you go through history, you will know that
male carry a higher percentage.
every woman that have actually started robbing had a boyfriend that was a robber
Or a brother.
or a brother. They will always have a backup that is a male
Or friends. That
That's
friends
fronting
influence.
them.
that is fronting them.
Yeah.
Naturally, they can't just stand up one day and say they want to
Beautiful.
do.
Now we have street children. We have street kids. Who are the people throwing these children to the streets? Parents. Who are the people saying these children are witches? Parents. So I think the family too, parental upbringing, it's also a very key
important
factor. Now, you will agree with me that before you got shaped into what you are today, the parent factor had played a very vital role. It could be your dad, it could be your mom. In my own case, it's my father. That man, it's a story for another day. I know you won't talk about that man. But initially we were seeing these things as punishment, but they were actually shaping us to what we are today.
Realize,
Yes. So I feel the parents are not doing so much. They are not doing so much. I'm of that opinion too.
But then I also want us to understand that, in as much as the parents are also trying a bit to raise these people well, if you don't have the fear of God in you, because a lot of things are happening in the society, you can as well venture into it. Let's take, for example, friends. Your friends can as well influence you. Yes, they can. They can influence you. They can lead you into something you never even wanted to. So that fear of God needs to be there. Yes, the fear of God needs to be there, because without the fear of God, you can do what you never thought of doing. Maybe after you have done it, that's when you come back home and you start regretting, I'm not supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to do that.
So cannot change the hand of time.
Yes.
But just like he has actually said, I feel that I will totally agree what he has said. Some parents are actually the cause of what we are having in the society today. Because when you see this child misbehaving from home, you feel that he's a man now, let him be now he's a man of the house. You just let some certain things slide, especially their mother. They just want to shield that child, that they don't want the dad to know whatever they are doing. Beautiful. And you see a child going out and coming out with expensive things, behaving like normal, smoking from childhood, and you don't have a need to caution this child. It's not done. The way you lay your bed, that's the way you're gonna lie on it. Most of these parents see these children behaviors and they keep on like, he's going to change, he's still a kid, he's going to change. For God's sake, for how long is this child going to continue like this?
Do you know that I met a young guy that he's still into this internet fraud thing. I I tried to talk to him, and he was like, this motor, I won't dash my mama. I said, okay, let's see how it goes. Sir, do you know that we're still there? The mother came, she entered taxi come. And she can't reach. The boy bought one car. He said, Mom, see now your own be this. I was expecting a reaction from the mom.
Yeah.
But
Like
instead she
an
was
African
happy.
mother to ask a 23-year-old boy, I don't understand who buy you motor.
Buy you car.
The guy say,
Where
I
are
want to give my mama this one, make her buy another one for myself. And the mother was like, oh, my pikin don't make her for life. And
This was
I
question.
just knew where this child is heading to. You get? So, if the mother was a disciplined woman, first you go ask her and say, you say give you motor.
I say from just
You
like
understand?
that. Most of our
But the
mothers are
mother-
like that.
Yes. We
You
just
don't
say-
even come in with a car. You park it outside and start explaining how you got the money to get the car.
You know, for my house, you not even fit thinker
Because the last time they check you, they know you are not leaving
What?
the house to go to work.
What are you
Yeah.
And
doing?
even when you were working, they know their salary structure.
Yes.
So
What
they
are you
know the
doing?
kind of car you can get for your salary. So you don't just wake up one day and start saying you have a car.
You buy your mama.
You answer questions for that.
Yes.
It's either they disown you or you disown your parents. it's as simple as that.
Those are to some parents, but there are some that will accept, just like you said.
Yeah, to some parents like that.
Social media influence has played a major role also because people flaunt their wealth online, and then there are some people that are watching these things online and they are feeling oppressed. They're like, okay, so what my mates has achieved at 20, at 19, I'm still like this. Why can't I do something? So what can you guys say about it? Anybody can talk.
Yeah, social media. It's something that I would have said it's a topic for another day, but we'll have to discuss it today because I used to tell people, like I was talking to one of my friends one day, they were like, man, did you see what this guy just bought? The kind of car? Like, guy, because that guy posted that car doesn't mean that he's the owner of that car. So, social media have actually deceived a lot of persons to do whatever or to do things they were not supposed to do. And I used to tell people, you just need to be yourself. Hustle hard. With
be
God on your
contented.
side, I feel you're going to make it and stop following what the social media is saying. Most of those things you're seeing on social media are totally fake. Seriously speaking. If you go to most of these persons, they borrow clothes to come do those photo shoots and all of that. Most of them hardly even see food to eat. And if you want to go by that, man, you're going to go kill yourself for nothing. I think we should be contented with what we have and hustle for more.
Yeah. But there are lots of people watching now. I know that everybody is educated at some point, but there are some people that don't even understand what this ritual is all about. Ritual. Somebody should define ritual. Mr. Randy, Mr. Marvelous, what is ritual or who is a ritualist?
How do you want the answer?
Direct or indirect.
Direct or indirect?
Well, ritual killing is when you want to make money using someone's blood. You know? Using someone's blood, using someone's life, using someone's head, using body parts. Yes, to go to native doctor or Baba who don't bring am see am and they give you money in exchange. You know? And it cuts across most of these rituals. People don't even, some of the rituals they don't kill people, they give their own self. If not like that today, nobody for the worry. You understand? Ritual yourself.
No. So to some extent, I wouldn't agree with that because they are, like you have a parent and you have parents like,
Yes.
and you are saying you're giving yourself. Your parent will be worried.
You're yourself. You understand? You're yourself.
It's okay.
No carry your reggae gospel person blues. Do you understand? So once someone takes another person's life in order to make money, that's rituals.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw the other day on social media that the government are trying to ban some scenes in movies that involves rituals. So do you think Nollywood has a role to play in this thing we are discussing here today? That some particular scenes they portray in movies, someone like Kanayo, all those people, you, Odoche, all those actors and characters.
It's a
that
very
portray.
difficult one.
Do
But
they-
to me, on a personal opinion, I don't just think that
influencing us.
that thing has been there for a very long while.
Okay, yeah.
And when we want to talk about this ritual killing, I think it got to the peak some 3 to 4 years ago, and the Nollywood movie has been there from the onset. It has been there way back. So I don't just feel that the government is doing enough in terms of banning most of those scenes in Nollywood movies. I think there should be other approach. Nollywood is just acting. Anyway, you have just a personal opinion.
I'll allow you say something before I say.
Well, I think it's very, very important. I mean, banning some of these movies, because a lot of some of the young ones are home watching some of these movies. Sometimes trigger them to do what they are not supposed to do. Get rich quick.
Okay.
Yes, get rich quick, because there's this actor. I've forgotten this Peter Duce. Yeah. I mean, I think that is his field. I think that's his field. So this can actually prompt a young boy to do what he's not supposed to do.
These people are just entertaining us.
Yes, but you don't know the mindset.
At the end of the day, all those movies,
of the young
they
ones.
tell a lesson at the end of the day. So how?
happening in the society?
Yeah, they just.
But Nigerian people, know they hear that.
Things that have happened that they are just acting.
Before you want to add something on that, just like you want to say that in the American movies you want to stop them from shooting and killing and all of that. How is that possible? That's their way. That's how they do their thing. I feel that should not be a yardstick to actually say, okay, because of this scene, that's why the youth are going into ritual killing. I think that's basically not the reason why the youth are going into that. There should be other platform or other ways at which the government can curtail this.
But do you know that there are some houses that are not allowed their kids, their children to watch movies like that?
Sure.
There are.
It depends on what you feel is good.
Because they feel that particular movie can easily corrupt their children.
Just like I always say. Sorry.
That's why it's written 18.
Just like I always say, I find it difficult that most time I find it difficult that people say that friends actually corrupt the mindset of a fellow friend. I don't actually subscribe to that philosophy. Why? Because I feel that no friend can actually change my mindset.
That's you.
That's you.
That's me.
There's people that don't have a mindset of their own.
I'm not saying smoking is bad. I'm not saying drinking is bad and all of that. I'm not saying humanizing to some persons, so it's their normal lifestyle.
But it's bad now. Why they talk
to some persons now, I'm not saying it's like
I go say
to some persons.
See,
there are some cultures that permit that.
Yes.
I'm like, man, are you not man enough? There are some cultures in this aspect
What about
No, I strongly disagree. Culture will permit marrying more than one wife. You know they permit woman. Where for you? Now.
What about
Okay.
Solomon in the Bible?
Solomon it was stated clearly. Solomon married this number, and this
and
number
concubine.
concubine.
And do you know what it calls concubine?
they
You know
know-
that you understand that very
Now
well.
your office. Now your office. You are a concubine.
No, we are not justifying that humanizing is good, but to some person they feel that it's a normal lifestyle to them. I'm not justifying that fact.
Now back to Nollywood. I'm being very very careful not to say some things or to say some things. The reason being that I'm an actor. Yes, I'm an actor. And now, Kai, gaskiya, Siba, Nollywood, whether you like it or not, he somehow he gets smutty with the hair, he get influenced. Why am I saying this? Some years back, 2 actors emanated. They called them Aki and Popo. They started terrorizing people in their films. Sir, do you notice that children within that range started acting alike? Children started acting alike. Children started acting out those things like they started behaving like Aki and Popo.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Until they were banned from acting the children role, and they were asked to start acting their real age. Yes, they were banned. Nollywood banned them from acting, as children. They started acting like mature people. Now, when you see some films, okay, Oga Siba, girl will go talk am. You get film where you go watch, it will stick in your mind, and you will start playing out those things. There was a film some time ago. They call it End of the Weekend. Now this film,
my brother actually acted on that movie. So
really?
Then,
now this film, my parents watched it when this winch, the woman and winch. So when the woman won't go sleep with his daughter-in-law, she will knock her leg 1, 2, 3. The man will go come on, he will go sleep. I noticed that our parents, when they reach where that one do 1, 2, 3, they go pause the thing, cause them will come out. We should leave the house. Trust me, now sharp guy, I go come out, go stand for window.
Still make
I
sure
still now for you. We go pour the something. We go say 1, 2, 3. The thing go come out. We go say what's it be this? You understand? And it started having an effect in my mind. What you don't see, you can't brood on it. But whatever you see, it has a way of reshaping your mind. So I think if the Nollywood can do something about can show us more of the negative effect of ritual killing, it will go a long way. Let's not just see the guy succeed in iniquity. You get it?
And I believe that when we follow the storyline from Nollywood, most times the end part they usually justify that ritualists is not good.
But these children, how many of them they watch reach the end?
we all know how Nigerian movie the length
so
is.
NEPA go take like
So
Well, I just feel that to sum it up, I just feel that the government should do more.
Okay.
Parents should as well do more.
What is your advice to the youth? What should they do? The legal ways of making money and how to stop these ritual killings as a whole?
Okay, Miba. Okay, our youth, there is no 2 ways to success. There is no shortcut to success. Whatever you do in life, consistency has a way of bringing you out. Consistency. If you're not perfect in something and you keep doing that thing, people know that this is what you do. But you're not perfect in it, people will start knowing you for that thing and they will start calling you to do that thing. So whatever legitimate hustle you are into now, continue it, because with time it will unveil, it will unfold, and it will bring out that thing where they find, it will bring them out. Don't try to achieve what you're supposed to achieve in 30 years in 10 days. Yes, so that's just what I have to say.
Yeah, to me personally, I want to advise the youth that we should work hard, that there are no 2 ways or there's no shortcut to success. Let's see how we can equip ourselves, learn more skills, go to school, see how you can be successful genuinely. Just like I said before, there's no shortcut to success. Thank you. And that's my contribution.
Something just entered my mind. Sorry, about the parent thing. Something just came into my mind. Most of the parents are the ones pushing the children to become these things. Yes. You see a parent tell a child, not be this person pikin don't buy Benz, you dey here, you're the waka for leg. You still dey live.
Does he have 2 heads?
Do you understand? Yeah, there was a time I went through that in my home. I have a friend, and my father was like, "Not be your friend Kenneth, you don't marry. Your friend Kenneth, you don't get bakery. Your friend Kenneth, you don't." I kept quiet. When he talk finish, I can't say, I can't say, "Daddy, Kenneth, their brothers, then they for America, now the papa send them." Daddy, Kenneth, that bakery where you get now the papa na he establish am for am. Daddy, Kenneth get masters, he dey do him PhD na him papa send am. My father now say, so what are you saying? Are you saying we are not trying? I said no. I dey try compare you to who they compare me to. Do you understand? So our parents should stop pushing us. They should stop comparing us to people that we don't even know the source of their income, the source of their wealth. And they are asking us to be like a maker. If we be like a maker, you know, go there alive. Oh. Do you understand? So I think our parents have to really reduce the way they push us, the way they pressure us to succeed. We promise them that we will definitely succeed. It's just time. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I want to say that we are all unique in our different ways. We are very unique in our different ways. That talent you have can get you somewhere. That talent can get you somewhere. So all you just need is to be consistent in all you do. The sky will be your playground.
Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the segment here today. Special thanks to our guests, Mr. Randy, Mr. Hansen, and Mr. Marvelous for coming out on this platform to air out their views concerning this issue of ritualists in the society. Self-contentment is key to living a successful and a fulfilled life in society, a life that is devoid of rushing. You're just taking your time and you're embracing your uniqueness and what God has put inside of you. Everybody has a tendency to be successful. It's just for you to find what you have on the inside and bring it out to reality. Let's go into the streets and hear what people have to say about this particular issue here today. Is it the government, the society, our parents, or the girls themselves that are to be blamed? Thank you so much for watching.
Hello everyone, it's your girl Fiona Abang on Doings. You are live at Colored TV Entertainment Street 101. Lately, the rate at which young ladies are being killed is becoming so pathetic and alarming. So today's street show will be asking some questions on this happening. Who is to be blamed? So is it their parents? Is it the society? Is it the men? Is it the ladies? Stay tuned and enjoy yourself. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Please, can we know you?
I'm a Kadam.
Okay. I'm very sure you are aware of the rate at which young women are being killed recently.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what do you think is to be blamed for the death of these young women? Is it the society? Is it the government? Is it parental upbringing? Is it the ladies or the men?
I think I would say it's greed. I would say it's greed, mostly from the ladies' side. Yes, we know that in some cases people don't have general comforts, so to say, when they are brought up. So we can't totally blame the parents. But then there are some ladies now that decide they want things before their time. They want to live big, they want to live large based on things they see, you understand? Meanwhile, fast money doesn't last.
Well, I think it's the society and social media. The social media influence, like, how do I put it? This zeal of wanting to meet up with
You, the big boy.
want to bamba.
Okay, I look at it that it's not the government's fault. I think that I believe it's upbringing, and I always believe that life is just a matter of decision. If they can guide themselves properly, I think some of this untimely death would be curtailed.
The parents. Yeah. Because you can probably see your child coming back from school or somewhere with something like a phone or a gift. You can't even question the child of, where are you getting this stuff from? Yes, where are you getting this stuff from? You just, the child may just say, it's a gift. You don't even want to care who gave the child the stuff or where the stuff is even coming from. Just okay, it's a gift, let's accept it. The stuff starts from there. Start from there, yeah, start growing. Before you know, they start going out with people you can't even question.
I'll blame the women because if you have self-control, if you ask me, there are some certain things you won't find yourself doing. And I believe there's a certain age you get to that you know the difference between right and wrong, good and bad, ugly and beautiful. There are some things you won't find yourself doing no matter what. And most of these killings as a result of greed, if you ask me. You just want to feel among.
Wanna chill with the big boys.
You understand? You want to feel among. You just want to do what every other persons are doing, but in the wrong way.
Following the trend, you see somebody here and you want to be there too. Even I don't think sometimes it's not even from the parents, because you may actually bring up a child in a good way, like as the Bible says, now bring up a child in the way he should go. You may actually bring up a child that way, but the child will go outside and see other things and want to be like, let me say you go and see someone like this and you want to be like that too. So I think it's actually the mass, or how do I put it, the people outside, peer pressure and the rest. I don't think it's the parents.
Fast money, it's always tricky. You have to know where it's coming from. So I'd say it's mostly greed. Yes, from the ladies. And also, why the guys are getting away with it is the same fast money. Everybody wants fast money, so they are willing to do anything at all for fast money.
Because if they have a self-control, if they can, be contented what they have, because some of these things are happened as a result of what they are going for. They want to achieve this, they want to achieve that, they want to, get along. Can you imagine that? So these things now bring some unfortunate death to them. So the government is not to be blamed. I believe the parents has to be blamed because of the background upbringing. The Bible says, train the child the way he should go, that when he grows up, he will not depart from it.
For example, now, a child will probably come back with a phone. Like for me, I vividly lied to my dad. I bought a phone worth 80-something K. I lied to my dad that it was 40K. Even reducing the price to the 40K. My dad was still asking me where I got that kind of money from, but it was part of my savings. So the parents are responsible for all this. They don't ask questions, they just see everything as a gift, or they just allow everything lay low, just wave everything like aside. So when those girls go outside and they, like for the young guys too, flashy things, for the guys too, why would a young guy like me coming back to the house with a Benz or an iPhone, the parents won't even ask anything? Yes, the parents are responsible for everything.
It shouldn't be from the parents, because a normal parent will not bring up a child and send the child outside to go and start following guys, and then which will end and get killed, which will end up in all this. No. It's from the peer pressure outside and wanting to meet up, wanting to be like others. This generation, people don't want to be themselves. Girls they just want to show that I belong, I am among, something like that. So I think the fault is from outside the society,
And also at the point I blame the parents, because I see no reason why you have a child and the child is going astray, but you are still keeping quiet. Okay, a child goes out and come back rather very late at night. Is in your position now to ask, where have you been? What happened? Okay, or rather you've seen your child with something strange like a big phone, which is so unusual. Even if you are working, you can't end that. Then it's in your position now to ask, how come about the big phone? And if you are not satisfied with the response, it's in your place now to go deep. But yet, most of our parents these days, we just let it go. She's a big girl, she's of age. And even some of our parents encourage the young girls now to go out there to fetch the big guys that has money, which is very wrong, and that's greed if you ask me. So I believe we should just do the right thing, journey hustle. You mustn't feel among with everybody. Just stay in your lane, do your thing, and we'll all be fine.
Well, basically, every society has different strata of it. But like a system, there's what is the nucleus of the society, which is the family. When you look around, a lot of people are passing around now. Whatever that they do here on the streets, or in this market, or in the environment, is not born out of accident. It is what has been instilled in them. And that is what we call system engineering. And system engineering is a product of the family. Where you came from, and the family being the nucleus of the family, of the society, what they do, what your parents do or instill in you, has a great way of impacting on you.
Well, should I say the parents? Okay, I won't really say the parents though, because I'm sure right now everybody just wants to make it at a very young age and forgetting where they come from. If you actually blame the parents actually raise these children well. But then when they meet their friends, and most of their friends might be from a rich family, and they want to feel among, and they also want to follow the trends and all of that, chill with the big boys. So in that situation, you see them engaging in things, they're ready to go all out to make ends meet. So I wouldn't necessarily say the parents, I wouldn't say peer pressure, I wouldn't say the men, because yeah, you know what all these men want. So how would you want to keep hanging out with a guy when you're not ready to sell your body or probably have sex with a guy, and you feel he's just a destiny helper? Okay, there are destiny helpers out there, but I believe these girls, we know what we are in for. So I think it's just us. We should know what we want. We should try not to put our hands. We should try to know what we can afford, and probably work hard for everything. So we ladies, we should just try to curtail everything and try to be focused in everything we are doing. Don't try to live above your budget, because that's where it all starts. The moment you start getting a clothes that you know that okay, and one thing is fashion revolves. The palazzo trouser we wear now has already come then, and it's coming back now, and it's a fashion. The boyfriend jean, it was there, my mom wore it, I see her picture. It's fashion revolves. So the sad thing is most girls do this thing because of fashion, and it's not encouraging. So I feel we should just know what we want in life and cut our clothes according to our size.
To finger a particular person to blame over the death of young women, it is somehow difficult or dicey to be able to say that a particular people or segment of the society could be blamed. One, the family has failed because parents don't even have time to bring up their children very well. We celebrate people only when they have become whatever they become. We don't care about the process they went through in arriving there. The source of that, we don't care. Nobody cares. Like a young woman, at times the parents will say, can't you see your friend is driving a car? Can't you see your friend is married? There is this pressure from the family to do certain things. It makes them vulnerable, such that whenever they see any man with a car or stuff like that, they want to follow them, not knowing their motive and their intention why they are coming out to the street. That is how most girls fall victims of circumstances. This one is from the family pressure and influence that leads them to that.
Actually, it depends on each individual, because sometimes it might be from the parents. Maybe they didn't train them well, or due to maybe, should I say, situations at home, like crisis and everything. It might make them like act of trouble and everything. And sometimes it might be friends. Some friends can like push someone. And you know, nowadays it's about money. Everybody wants to make money, hustling things and everything. So sometimes that might actually make the girls go out to places that they are not supposed to be in, and leading to situations where they find themselves dying at the end. in the name of rituals to get more money and everything. Very bad. And so all of those things also contribute to.
For the young men, which we have seen, they say whether Yahoo Plus or something like that, that are into all of this, it is desperation. They are also from families. When their parents don't give them time, don't try to check what their children are doing, and the kind of things that they watch in the house, the kind of people they follow, they tend to cultivate some attitude that are completely deviant from what their parents are. Secondly, thirdly, we are in a society. For me, Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a failed state. We don't have a system. We depend on who is the president or the governor or the senator. Apart from them, they are the ones that decide whatever that should be. But in other countries of the world, it is the constitution that guides the society. And everybody that is in leadership swear allegiance to the constitution, not to a political party. So, with that, we are a failed state because we don't have a system that can operate independent of the president, the governor, the senator, or the House of Reps member. So these are the problems that we are facing. And there is poverty in the land. Sometime last year, Nigeria, according to research, was declared the headquarters of poverty in the world. And when things like this are happening, there is desperation. Everybody wants to survive. Everybody wants to meet up. And who becomes the victim of me trying to make it? It is my fellow human being.
I guess it's the government.
Okay, your point, please.
Because if there was jobs, definitely Yahoo boys would have been employed, and they'll not kill the young girls to make money. Because there's no money, and what make money is job. You have to work for it. There's no work for the young boys. There's no work for the youths. That's why.
All right. So what's your own point?
I also think it's the government that's the cause of it, because if truly, as you said, if the government provide job opportunities for everybody, then each and everybody in this consumer state, or each and everybody in the whole world, the youth will have job qualified. Nobody will have to do prostitutes or Yahoo.
Because of the increase in school fees, many people have dropped out. Many girls died because they could not afford to pay for their school fees. And many people also went to young boys because they just want them to give them money to pay for their fees. And girls are not just dying unnecessarily. There must be a cause of everything. And the cause is actually the society. Because if the school fees was lesser, nobody would have run to other people for help. And if there was job opportunities, nobody would have looked for any other thing. If there's job, you know that they're paying you well. When you're out of school, you have job to do. Because some people, when they're out of school, no job, that will give them, to depress them. They'll have a lot of depression. And most of them have families to care for them. Most of them, their families sold their properties just for them to go to school. And yet, you come out of school and you don't have anything to do. That's so bad, honestly.
I believe what is happening in this world now, we need to blame the girls. It's not the parents. Parents have nothing to do about it. It's all the girls, so we should blame the girls. Because nowadays, in this world now, our girls that doesn't respect themselves again, doesn't give the girls the care of the kind of the upbringing. Parents may give them upbringing very well, train them very well, and when our girls grow up, they begin to misuse themselves. Because of money, because of selfishness, something that cannot have any meaning. They begin go after it, go after money, which that money cannot solve anything. How much are going to give them? And they're going to give them maybe 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 naira, make them to kill them, make them to just sell themselves for nothing's sake. So we blame our girls. Our girls in short, our girls. I don't know what is wrong about them. That is number one thing. We can't blame our parents. We can't blame our government. We can't blame anybody. Coming our men also, we also blame them because they're the one bringing these girls outside because of they have money. Maybe they call them to give them money, give them this, give them this, give them this. Before you know it, the girls will follow them. So that kind of life is not good. It's not good in our society. We need to know what to do about it in this our society. Government is to help us to tackle the issue, make sure the issue is solved.
We can't blame government, and we can't blame parents as well. But today, the way things are going, sometimes it is the reckless behavior of the girl. Well, sometimes I blame the girls and sometimes I blame guys, because a lot of people these days, they are looking for fast making of money, and a lot of them are going to money ritual. So they are using, some of them are using girls. So that is why you see the whole global world, things are going up and down. It is because of the enticements of this world. So people are going into making of money. All these Yahoo boys that is going on today. Some months ago, I fell into one of them, and it was a lady. If not that, I know God. I told her, you have to repent, because you might not know the next person that you are going to fall. And that can cause the death of the young ladies. So it is the world of today. People are looking for sharp money. They are looking for fast money. Yes, so that is one of the issues that we have in our environment. Not really parents, but I also tips into that. The Bible says, grow up a child the way he or she should go. When he grow up, he will not depart from. And when you look at our parents of today, they don't take care of, most of them, they are not taking good care of their children. Yes, so that is the issue. And when they grow up, they have self-independence to do what they like. Yes, I know that some of them are brought up very well, but a lot of them just divert from the way the parents brought up and have their own way of doing things, or friends. So that is one of the problems that caused their death, untimely death that is going on today. And most of them now, I discovered that from 13 years of a girl, they are pursuing all this boyfriend of a thing. From there, before you know, it becomes pregnated. And because they are going into education and the rest, they don't want to keep the pregnancy. And along the way, they are aborted. Before you know, their life goes for it. So that is the issue. That is the issue. But the solution is God will deliver us. The people of God should preach the gospel. I believe that they will transform, they will change for God.
Most especially the opposite sex, because they are the one, unlike poles attract, while like poles repels. It is difficult for me to do some of these things with a fellow man, but I can easily attract a girl. Look at maybe the way I'm dressed now. Somebody can like me the way I'm dressed now, but not knowing that inside my heart I'm looking for someone to make rituals with, to decapitate and take some sensitive parts of the person's body. And I take the girl to my house and she follows me because maybe she saw me with a car. So we have misplaced priority. There is poverty. There is high level of competition that is unhealthy, that is leading a lot of people to do some of these things. So, in summary, the family bears the brunt of why a lot of people are being killed today, because the family has failed. Secondly, that Nigeria has no system that can run on its own. Year in, year out, we turn out a lot of graduates from higher institutions. To what? Nothing. But there are some families, the political class, as somebody is just graduating, there are jobs waiting for them. We saw a case of last year defense of the budget, where a young girl of about 25 was already a director in an MDA. And when they started proving from her date of birth, it seems that she started working at the age of 8. These are things that are happening in the society. Some people have job while they are still in their womb, while some people have graduated, have even PhD, and they are still roaming the street. So the system needs to work. The family, people, we should be prepared for what we call planned parenting. Planned parenting. Parents should be committed, deliberate in bringing up their children.
We've come to the end of today's edition with your girl Fiona on Colored TV Entertainment Street 101. I'm very sure you enjoyed yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates and content on Colored TV Entertainment. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. See you next time.
Divided we fall, together we stand. I remember back days I was broke, no money.